got arrested because of my gay roommate. I was in San Francisco, and we both went out partying with my neighbors. We came home, and there was 2 frozen pizzas. One was his, and one was mine. I was drunk, so I ate his, not knowing the difference. And he flipped on me, and he said, "You're so disrespectful, and you're such a fucking asshole, and I can't believe you fucking did this," and blah. And he spit in my face, and so I grabbed him like this. I said, "Don't ever spit in my fucking face again." And he gets all fucking flustered and runs up into his room. So I eat his pizza, finish it, wipe the spit on my face, and go to bed. And the next morning, I wake up with a cop pulling me out of my bed. And I was in shorts with no shirt. And I put on my moccasins, and he puts handcuffs on me before even asking me a question, saying he's detaining me. And he asked me, he's like, "Did you put your hands on him?" And I answered honestly and said yes. And I go, "But I didn't put them on him in a violent manner." And he goes, "It doesn't matter." And he fucking booked me in jail. And so I go to jail, and I'm in the holding cell. And I'm locked up with this big Samoan who's like 400 pounds, honestly. And he's got like fucking gang signs on his neck and shit. And I'm with all these other fucking bums whose fingers are blistered and they're fucking... They store fucking alcohol in their nose. No, they guys are fucking messes. And I tell everyone my story. We're all telling each other's stories how we get there. And then I have these papers, and I don't know what these papers are in my hand because I haven't even looked at them. And the guy's like, "Oh." And he's like, "Well, let me see when you get out of here." And he opens up my papers for me, the big Samoan. And I didn't know it tells you why you were put into jail on your papers. And it says domestic violence against my spouse. So now they all think I'm a faggot in jail because the gay kid actually reported that we were dating that I was living with, and they threw me in jail saying I was domestically abusing him.
Oh my god.
So I had to actually get like in California with all these fucking Mexicans thinking I was a faggot. So then I get out and I have no money, not a wallet, no keys. The kid called the fucking jail to see when they were going to release me. So he was already gone because he wasn't going to stick around the house when I get out. I have to bum money. I'm sitting in Nike shorts with like shit on them. I sleep in these shorts, like a white t-shirt and moccasins. And I'm sitting in the subway station asking for change. And everyone's like, and I felt like, I just realized the situation people are in and like how they feel. And I was just like, oh my God. Finally, I like make it home like 4 hours later. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I have no keys to get in my house. And the kid locked all the windows, locked all the doors. I had no keys for my car, no phone, and no money. So I was like, fuck. So I knock on my neighbor's door, who's a drug dealer. Honestly. And he comes out and I'm like, "Yo, listen, I need a place to stay. Can I crash here till the morning until I can call the landlord? And then I can figure it out and like get into my house." He's like, "No, you can't stay here." And he's really sketchy. I'm like, "Well, like, dude, like, really?" I'm like we've hung out like 20 times. You can't just sleep on your couch. Like, what? He's like, "No, man, what do you think this is? I'm not gonna let you stay in my house," and blah, blah. Starts getting pissed at me. He's all like fucking coked out of his fucking brain. And he tries to fight me, like literally. And there's gates in San Francisco in the front, so like I walk in the door and he wouldn't buzz me out of the gate. And like him and his 2 friends were like, "You have a fucking problem? You have a fucking problem?" I'm like, "Bro, look at me. Do I look like I have a fucking problem? I just want to get the fuck out." I'm crying. So that was my jail experience. And the next day my car got impounded. Anyways, because I couldn't get the keys for it and it was on the wrong side of the road, so they towed it. And that cost me another $400. San Francisco was a blast.